See if I got this nice and straight. Alrighty. Okay. Hello, everyone. It's obviously me. We're going to do some card readings today, so I'm just going to have the camera like this and show off some of these beautiful crystals in the background also. So I'm just going to let some people come in while I light some sage. Whoops. And oops, I'm really knocking everything over already. Okay, so hi everyone, thank you so much for coming in. I hope you're going to love today's readings. I've got a few cards we haven't used for a while, so why not? Good morning, Lisa. Thanks so much for being here. Hope you will enjoy today. And as soon as I started talking, my candle started to pop in the background, which is really strange. Okay. Hey, Ruth. Thanks for coming in. The way that I'm set up, it's hard for me to see your comments, but I will do my best. Oh, we have 11 people already. Thank you so much. So we're just saging. I'm actually using, hi Ashley. Hey, hope you're feeling better. I'm actually using some dragon's blood sage today, which is just basically infused sage with incense. Hey Karen, welcome, greetings. Thank you so much for being here. I'm excited to see what's going to come out for today's readings. Oh, thank goodness, Ashley. Awesome. We know it's a bit of a, when you're having healing or clearing or anything like that, and you guys would be all going through it right now. You can always go through a lot of symptoms too. All right, so I'm just clearing the energy a little bit. Hey, Ralphie. That lamp. Oh, yeah. Everybody. This is our selenite lamp, but I'm just going to lift this up a little. That's how big it is. But yeah, you can get these lamps. Hi, Elaine. We have them available. We can get really big ones as well, but I found that the little ones seem to go better. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much. I have a few different cards to show you guys today. We're going to be talking about the full moon in Scorpio and just full moon energy in general, okay? And we'll go through some different cards as well. I want you to choose number 1 or 2. Before we even get started, just so we know and see what special messages come through for you as well. As you can see, my sage is going. Yay! Awesome. And we've even got super moon, full moon in Scorpio music going on in the background. So that's cool. Hey, thanks, Candy. We will get started here pretty soon into all of the energy of the full moon. What's going to come up now? So we've had this full moon in Scorpio last night for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere. And we have a lot of energy coming from that full moon as well. So I will be talking to you guys a little bit about that. And things close off, you know. All right, so things, what have I got here? Just one moment. Sorry, everybody. Oh, okay, it's fine. All right, let me have a look here. Letting you guys all just come in for a moment. I want you to have in your mind number 1 or number 2, okay? These first 2 cards are not going to be part of the 1 or 2. Oh, hi, Vicky. But these ones I'm going to be talking about this moon energy, okay? Now, let me have a look here. Okay, so a lot of knowledge coming in right now, so we need to be mindful of this. Okay. All right. Sorry, everybody. Just had some thing come up on my iPad that I really needed to just look at for a second. Okay, cool. All right. So, everybody, hopefully this is going to find you happy and well. We got number 2 for Melissa. Thank you. So, number 1 or number 2, we are going to look at these amazing chrysalis cards. Okay. If you haven't seen them before, they're really incredible, really different. We're also going to look at the Australian feather cards, okay, and see what messages come up for us. And we'll learn a bit about that. And also we'll be looking at the Ascended Masters cards. So depending on number 1 or number 2, oh look, there's a full moon in that one. Of course, I'd pull out Horus with the full moon. So depending on whether you're number 1 or number 2 will be how your reading unfolds. We're also going to get a lot of information about the moon itself. It was last night in Australia. It's kind of like going to be today. So the energy is a little bit different. So anyway, I was supposed to be here yesterday. Some things came up in our way. And I've always got to trust that it's coming out to you guys in the right timing. So really happy that you can be here. Greetings to G. Thank you so much for coming in. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so we also have a supermoon. So I didn't put this card up, but we have a supermoon energy as well. So I'll be explaining how all of this comes together. Hey, T Rose, welcome. And I'm just loving it. I'm just holding on to my Lemurian crystal. My friend Des, she'll probably come in later. She has one as well, but aren't they stunning? This is just a little one, and the power in these have been incredible. So I'm using my Lemurians for the readings today. And I'm making some of these into pendants too. So got so many things to do, which are very creative, thank goodness. Now, my hands are covered in ash from the dragon's blood. Oh, I just saw the state of them just then. I'm like, oh no. So that's what that is. Ash all over me. All right. I know. I tell you what, we got these and we opened them up. Let's see if I can get it to be nice and clear, which is not right now. And we were like, oh my God, we could feel the energy like immediate on these. Start to bring in. Hey, Patty. Start to, change. Oops. Sorry, I'm just going to make this going to look red. Sorry, guys. There we go. All right. So suddenly the lighting has changed completely. So nothing's changed on my end, but the lighting has changed. Yeah, so we had these little guys and they teach you stuff. They've got the striations down the side. It's usually striations and then an empty space and then striations again, believed to hold important information. And you download the information because the one theory is that you actually put the information into the crystals. So when you find one that's meant for you, it's going to unlock a lot of information. And they're small but powerful, these little guys. So we have some more Lemurians coming, some that are bigger as well. In fact, actually mine are having a sun bath right here. I'll show you. There's some peach Lemurians. So these ones are bigger. These are having a little bit of a sun bath. They had a moon bath last night. So some beautiful crystals. The peach ones, oh, there you go. Look at that. These are kind of peach. These are thought to be some of the original Lemurians. And they're beautiful. So, yeah, there's going to be some beautiful things on the shop. So thank you guys for having a look at being here. Okay, now let me just see where I'm at, what time it is. I'll just wait a couple more minutes for some more of you to come through, and then I'm going to start with the information. Yeah, we've got some more coming. We have some very colorful ones, also more aqua aura that you guys all love. This is my little piece that spoke to me. And of course, this is a big piece of aqua aura right here. It's actually angel aura, and it's gold and silver sort of plated into it. So, okay, so it's 7:35 where you are, Karen. Awesome. It's 11:35 here, so it's 6, so I'm just going to wait a little minute. All right. I can't help it. I'm going to talk about crystals because they're all over my table right now, and sorting out to go on sale. Oh, Melissa. Jeez. You know, there are some Lemurians that are on and for sale, and they're from China or whatever, and they're really not real. They're glass. But my supplier is actually from Brazil. So I've bought them from him before. But this particular lot that we received are only little, but they are mighty. And they really, really blew me away for about 3 days. I mean, you'll feel the connection with it straight away. It starts to move energy in your body straight away. It started to move something out from the back of my shoulder immediately, and then had to have a huge release. So it's fantastic. Yeah, Bobby thought he's like, I feel like I'm drunk, and he hasn't even, you know, obviously at the time there wasn't even any alcohol involved. So it really, 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 really attunes you to the sacred knowledge. I love the high vibrational crystals. That's what we sell at rockandgems.com. Only high vibrational stuff, and things that are going to actually do stuff to you, because we all want that experience. So fantastic. Okay. You did. How amazing. All right, everybody. I don't know if you can see this little guy down here as well, but we also have some amethyst clusters which have just come in, and those are going to be going into kits as well as for sale, just singles like this. Really beautiful ones. These ones are from Uruguay, so they're quite powerful as well. It's always good to have a cluster because you're getting many directions of light, you know, at you all at once, which is fantastic. Okay. Let me see if I can brighten up this light a little. All right, let's have a look. So when I turn that off, it's really not good. Okay, let me go up. Okay. All right. All right, everybody. So, no worries. Okay, so everybody, I'm going to get started with speaking about this moon. I want you to choose number 1 or 2. If people do happen to come in and I don't happen to see you, I apologize. But you guys just let them know we're doing number 1 and number 2. This is going to be quite, you know, I get quite in detail about things as much as I can, of course. What I'm focusing on is what's coming up now that we've had this moon in Scorpio. Now that we've had this, now that we've done the release, now that we've done the work, what's going to be coming up after that? And these 3 lots of cards are what I got: Ascended Masters, feathers and the chrysalis tarot as well to show us what's coming forward. So hopefully you're going to enjoy the readings and messages today. Okay, greetings, Jean. Welcome in. So, thank you so much for all of you being here. Thank you for hitting the like button, commenting, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell. Try to help me out with these algorithms. Okay. So we're bringing forth the energy of protection and light. Many of you who are patrons participated in a fantastic webinar on Sunday for the light codes, downloading some new information, stepping into this lighter energy, getting yourself prepared more for the ascension process and what that means for you. And I'm actually, as a bonus, going to release that webinar for YouTube to have a look at, to see how I do things, and see what you might be enjoying if you become a patron as well. You get so many things for everything. And I'm really happy that all of you that came, it looked like there was only one person in the beginning. I'm like, is anyone here? And then everybody fled in at the same time, which was amazing. So we did some powerful light codes and activations, and I'm going to allow YouTube to also experience those. The more people that experience it, the better, I think. And if you're not a patron, I do encourage it, because you will get a lot of discounts on 3 different places, as well as meditations from me, special readings from me that you don't get on YouTube, and, you know, webinars and all of this. You just get so much stuff for your $5. It's not funny. So the more people I have on Patreon, you know, I don't have to start. I can just go into my teaching, and I don't have to charge for anything. You'll get it all for free. So I do appreciate each and every one of you. Okay, so I'm going to start talking about the full moon, and then we're going to move past it. So there were some things coming up because it's a Scorpio moon. Okay, a Scorpio moon is full of energy, right? It's full of emotion. And it was also a super moon, apparently, bringing the transformation, pushing us to prioritize protecting a sense of self-love and self-worth. You may have been challenged in this area. You may have been working on this, accepting yourself and holding compassion for yourself as well. And because it is a super moon, you know, with any super moon, here we go. Emotions run high with the super moon. It sort of really increases the energy of everything else that's going on. So this particular super moon was a pink moon, apparently. It's a nickname for it. Was occurring last night at 11:30 Eastern time, but for others it's today. With the full moon forming a powerful opposition with a Taurus stellium. Now, a stellium is 3 or more planets traveling in a single sign, which is really powerful. So the stellium consists of Taurus, Mercury, Taurus Sun, Mercury, Venus, Uranus, and Black Moon Lilith. So the planetary alignment is and was driving us to release what is no longer working. It's time to release negativity. Shift, change, or make decisions that are more in alignment versus sacrificing what brings us joy. So the effect of this moon will be, or has been, a sense of being at a crossroads for some of you. The decision to leave a job, move to a new location, change a contract, end a relationship, start one. All of these things can come up with the full moon energy, and it's made all the more emotional because of the Scorpio energy. Welcome anyone who's coming in. I apologize, I can't see all of them as you come in. I've got a funny thing. Hey Rose. A funny setup today. So suddenly things coming up. So if there are things that are bringing up discomfort or resistance, this transit that's happening could suddenly push forward these decisions out of your hands, okay, making things happen. So abundance and love is traveling in because of Venus, and it's moving into its home sign of Taurus as we move into Taurus. So when a planet is in its home sign, it can express its full frequency. So for Scorpio full moon of 2021, it brings release, but sometimes through tension, it encourages us to really embrace our own worth as well. So full moons illuminate what's been hidden. And especially with communication planet Mercury in the mix, this supermoon is bringing up new information that could be life-changing, okay? Black moon Lilith and Uranus in Taurus's energy is also pushing us to communicate our value while reclaiming our sovereignty, what we feel is actually right. It's also a time of manifestation. The key is honoring your truth, identifying the reality you want to live in, and the moon and sun are forming an inflexible fixed T-square with Saturn in Aquarius, pushing the collective to take firm action and change their own reality, shifting structures that are no longer serving them. So it's a green light to innovate your life. So we have the surrendering to the divine and the releasing energy of Scorpio, as well as the emotions of the supermoon. Now, if you're just coming in, just choose number 1 or 2. I haven't started the readings yet, but have this in your mind, number 1 or number 2, so I can get started soon. So even after the event takes place, so 2 weeks after the full moon, you go into a new moon. 2 weeks after a new moon, you go into a full moon, and so on. So there's always something we are bringing into our life, and there's always things that we are letting go of, and the in-between time can be up and down, trying to ride things through, okay? So, all right. Okay, so everybody is affected in one way or another with the moon. So also, I could go through each of the signs, but it kind of gets long if I do that. So let's move through. So your life force or energy is a natural power that you have. And yours can be very potent at this time. Energy healing techniques can help provide healing, can help you work through changes that are coming up, okay? Make sure you're taking advantage of healing practices while you're in a full moon cycle, okay? Because you want to release anything that just no longer serves you. Now let's talk a little bit about this from this card deck called Moonology, Time to Release Negativity, with the full moon in Scorpio right now. So let's have a look. So we have full moon in Scorpio. There it is. All right. So the full moon has a sting in its tail, okay? Like a scorpion. Can herald a vindictive end to a relationship, sadly. And it can also be a time when you want to be good, but you can be a little bit naughty. So if this card comes up, which it is right now, make sure the shadow self, embrace your shadow self. Look at the dark things, the dark side. Look at the emotions that you hold in. Look at the things that nobody knows about you. Look at the things that you feel guilty about. Look at the things that stress you. Look at the things that have been worrying you. Look at all of the things that you are sick and tired of, and work on them. Clear them out of your life. Focus on compassion for the self that you are now. Turn the page in your book. Begin something completely different. Talking to many people where I do a lot of therapy sessions with people, we all go through different things. We all go through different phases. We all go through different ways of coping with those things. If you guys were watching my 12 days live, you would know about your emotional responses to things. Okay? So it's time to sing a new tune right now. We can't keep on keeping on to those old things and thinking, okay, nobody's going to know about it, so I can just bring it right along with me into a new life. We have to have faith in our new life, being completely different from the old one, And this is what brings in a lot of sticky points for people. There's a fear there of letting go entirely. But once you do, and you really fully trust into that energy, or you understand why you can't, number one, and then you begin to trust in that energy, suddenly you start letting go of all these boundaries you've put up. You start really just thinking to yourself, you know what, I'm going to go with my feelings all of the time. I'm going to trust in my inner self all of the time. I'm just going to do my best every day. And that in itself creates healing like you wouldn't imagine. But some people have trouble with that bridge, getting over that bridge of, well, this is a new life that I want, but I don't know because everything else I've done before has failed. So, and they sit there. And don't do that. You're sitting on the fence. You're just always going to be sitting on the fence, and you'll never get to where you really, truly, honestly want to be. And happiness is key on every level as well. So it's really time, write down a list. What is the crap that I honestly am carrying within? Why do I feel that way? Where does it come from? And doing this with being compassionate to yourself while you're doing it. You know, not going, oh God, I do that stupid thing, or oh geez, I wish I didn't do that. That's just all programming as well for you, apparently, you know, to make you feel like you're bad, you know, and that it's a hopeless situation. And honestly, with every single one of you, you have so much more that you need to give here in this world. And, well, you know, the conditioning that we have, sadly, as children and growing up, etc., shape our responses and shape how determined we feel. And you can feel much more determined if you feel like you're going to succeed rather than, you know, you're not going to feel too determined to change your life if you feel like you're going to fail. You know, if that is a fear for you, I really hope that the messages today are going to help you get through this. And also that, you know, you start studying some things and moving forward on your journey in your own pace as well. All right, so we have the surrendering to the divine, releasing these old ways. And you know, when the door shuts I'm sorry, but if a door shuts on you in a full moon, don't try to open it, figure it out, look at the motives or any of it. You have to let that door close. It's shutting in divine timing. And I don't know how many people I have had to tell, you know, when they ask about something in particular and it's a full moon, I'm like, well, it's a full moon. So sorry, if that person has been like that, they're showing their true colors. If that person has left your life, you need to let them go. Not chase them down trying to figure out why or apologize or any of that stuff. You have to let them go. It's hard, you know. And sometimes a shock factor is involved when you figure out who is who. There's this shock that runs through you, like, I can't believe it. I can't believe that person would be like that, you know. And you try to figure it out. Do not do that. You're just entangling yourself all over again. You know, the way that I see it, if somebody wants to leave my life, then blessings. See you later. Off you go. Do what you need to do. That's fantastic. You know, if you have to go and you have to find yourself, you know, maybe it takes you being apart from my energy to be able to figure things out. Fantastic. Off you go then. But if they come knocking again, it's going to be a kind of a no. You know, once you go, you go. You know, and that's the same with anybody or any situation in my life. Once it's gone, it's gone. And that's that. And I have to accept it, which was extremely hard, obviously, just like anybody else. It's extremely hard in the beginning when you're first learning, because you really don't want to upset anybody. You really don't want to hurt anybody. You really don't mean to hurt anybody. Someone takes something the wrong way or, you know, has got their own things going on, whatever it is, cannot entangle ourselves. We cannot entangle ourselves in that energy. Where one person leaves, 1,000 more come. Okay, so think about it that way as well. Okay, so emotions running high. You also may feel extremely emotional for no reason. Maybe joy is turning to tears. That happens to me when I need to cry. I'll laugh so hard that I cry. And I'd rather laugh and cry than cry, ugly cry. Oh, God. All right. Okay, let's continue. Everybody. This left side is going to be number 1, and this side is going to be number 2. But these particular cards have nothing to do with the readings today. They were just there to showcase. We got our little love hearts going on here for our readings. Okay, let's start off with the Ascended Masters. So I'm using good old Doreen before she changed cards. But they're mine. I've had them since, God, I don't know, 2000 and something. All right, so we're starting off with number 1. And we'll see the Ascended Master energy that's around you. You need to be taking this in now. We're seeing what's sort of coming up between now and the new moon in May. So we have a couple of weeks here where we're trying to figure some extra things out and understand our new energy that we've created because of the beautiful full moon. New moons tend to affect me more than full moons. It seems strange, but that's what happens. But there was a little bit of agitation yesterday. And I know a lot of you were feeling it also as it got built into its intensity. All right, number 1. You have Babaji. And this is a very beautiful card, talking about yoga. And I'm going to put number 2s up here so you can focus on it as well. There's more to Babaji than just yoga. Look at the third eye. And, yes, late. Oh, it's all right. Number 2. Aha, we have Parvati. So look at this. Both Hindu deities, or Indian. This is a little bit interesting. So Parvati, if you don't know, is Ganesha's mother as well. So we're going to look at these, all right? So this is going to be number 1's pile. This is number 2. And let's have a look. All right, Babaji, which talks about yoga. Now, yoga is not for everybody. I totally get it. But the breathing practices, the working on cleansing and clearing, the quietening the mind, the focusing on meditation, anybody can do that, okay? So he is a beloved yogi who was known as the deathless avatar, Babaji. He learned to overcome all physical limitations. Many believe that he ascended with his physical body, which may account for the various sightings of a solid living Babaji that people have reported. And he encouraged a Paramahansa Yogananda to teach yoga to the Western world as a way of spreading enlightenments, right? So it says to stretch often, to practice breathing, taking full inhalations and exhalations, teaching yoga or inviting others to participate in yoga with you, or watch a video, take a yoga class. So again, I have to stress, Babaji doesn't just come out saying, hey, all of you need to do yoga, but you do need to focus on your centering. You do need to focus on breathing deeply. We hold our breath when we're stressed out. We hold our breath probably more often than you might realize. So counting in 2, 3 and out 2, 3, or doing the breathing, or the clearing the brain breathing, which I made a video really early back in the day. Closing one side of the nostril, breathing in, and then closing the other side of the nostril and breathing out that other nostril, and doing that and trying to balance that. It balances your brain. So other Ascended Masters, along with Babaji, guide you to do regular yoga or checking in with yourself regularly. So you will gain increased clarity, energy, and flexibility and psychic awareness by focusing breath and intention. So Many people do it. Many people push it on us a little bit too much, though, with the yoga stuff, you know. I used to do a lot of yoga all of the time. I do take some of the practices of yoga and, do my own sort of thing now. But I don't feel like you need yoga in order to be suddenly spiritually aware. It's not something that's going to, what's the word? It's not like the secret to suddenly you're in this blissed out, state. You've still got to work on yourself, just like anything else, right? But you are encouraged if you are having issues with your lungs, with your asthma, with breathing, with allergies, you feel all stiff and sore, if you've got joint issues, start doing some stretches slowly, do them against the wall. I always tell people, when you're starting anything, even push-ups, just do them against the wall, even if you have to have yourself really flat against the wall and start doing push-ups that way. You'll be stretched right out doing your push-ups, but it doesn't hurt your knees, it doesn't hurt your wrists, it doesn't hurt your shoulders or any of that, because you can control the tension. So, even push-ups, anything that you're doing, and girls are like, I don't want to do push-ups. Girls, believe me, you want to do push-ups, okay? Think chest, you want to do push-ups. Don't think big shoulders. And, guys, you need to do wide ones, to open it all right out. But anyway, so it's all just about giving oxygen into your bones, into your joints, etc., and into your lungs, and helping you feel better. It's always a good step. But yeah, I do them against the wall. Obviously, I was a kickboxer for a long time. And I could do them, on my wrists and stuff. I could do them up on my knuckles. I could do them any way you wanted them. I could do one-handed ones, all that sort of stuff, crazy stuff. But I felt a lot of pressure in my shoulders and in the lower back and upper back as well. I just felt like there's no reason why I should be straining myself like this, Why am I doing this to myself, It was cool, to be that fit or whatever, but... at the same time, it was very grueling and very punishing to my physical body. And you don't need to do that to yourself. Yoga is very gentle, stretching and opening of everything. Anyway, let's move on to Parvati and her mountain energy. This also talks about moving to the mountains for some of you. So you may have been focusing on... wanting to move. This is also something that's also coming up for everyone because of the moon. And here we go. So Parvati is the Hindu goddess of mountains, marriage, and households. Legends say that Shiva, the Hindu god, was grief-stricken following the death of his first love, Sati. So he retreated to a mountain cave. And when Parvati was born in the mountains, Shiva fell in love with her devotion to helping the planet. And I've got goosebumps from top to bottom. So they became united in love and had a son, Ganesh. There he is. So call upon Parvati for solace and solutions to any seeming problem, especially if you're meditating in the mountains or you want to move there. So... let go of procrastination or perfectionism. Break your major goals into tiny steps. Take one step at a time. Since Parvati is the goddess of mountains, this could be a message to retreat or move to the mountains. Revamp your schedule so that you devote regular time to your priorities. Be assertive in saying no to anything that diverts you from your path. And another message about this is don't feel like you need to justify anything that you are doing or explain yourself to anybody. This is a big problem for some people. I used to do it all the time. I used to think to myself, okay, I'm going to make this decision, like I'm going to do this, but I need to explain this to everybody else. No, you don't need to explain anything. If you want to make a decision, do it. And other people are either supporting of it or they're not. In which case, you get to see who's who, don't you? Right? So Parvati talks about positive developments in your spiritual growth. Talks about situations that may seem ugly, but are actually blessings in disguise as well. And pushing you to make these positive changes. So it's like, you're saying to yourself, how many times am I going to be kicked in the face before I stop doing the same things that I've been doing? How many times do I have to be let down when I didn't trust my intuition, in the first place, right? So you may be pushed beyond your comfort zone right now, remembering that the moon itself is here to bring crossroads, decisions. You don't have to think, well, what if I make the wrong decision? Why don't you start changing that to whatever decision I make is going to be the right one. It's going to be blessed. It's going to be full of opportunity. So there's really nothing to worry about. So many people are like, humming and hawing over decisions to make in case they make a wrong decision and they're heading down the wrong path and it's going to be tragic. Right? Well, that'll happen whether you make a wrong or right decision. If that's how you think, you're setting yourself up. So try to look at the little things that you do to sabotage yourself also. Parvati brings positive news, messages, great information. She also helps you to see yourself and the beauty in yourself instead of comparing yourself to other people who you feel are better. Why is anyone better than anybody else? How did that happen? When we're babies, we just grab another baby and start playing with the baby, We want to be friends with everybody when we're babies. So I don't even know how it all started to happen, where this is better or that's more acceptable or this isn't. I think we need to get that out of our heads and start with ourselves first, and just be very accepting of everything about you. You become more beautiful that way. There's only one way to get prettier, to get more handsome, to get more light, and to look better, to look younger, to look healthier, and that is to actually like yourself, appreciate yourself, and accept yourself. If you don't, it starts showing. And we know many people where it's showing all over them, right? So we don't want to be that way. We've got to set an example. And it has to be different than how we've been taught. Very different to how we've been taught, which can be scary too, but worthwhile. Okay. Now, going along with these, we're going to start the next round of cards. I'm going to use Australian feather magic cards, so you guys will get to see some gorgeous Australian feathers, and probably I've got stories as well as we go along, right, which always happens. So once again, I just want to tell you all that I really appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Thank you so much to my patrons. For $5 a month, you get a whole lot of extras, and you get to keep me going as well. So I really appreciate all you guys. And actually the webinar that I did on the weekend for patrons, I'm going to allow YouTube to see, so you guys can get I really want everyone to experience the light codes and the activations and the meditation that we did, which was fantastic. It will really help you. So I'm letting everyone have a look at that. I'll probably release that tomorrow. Okay, number one, let's go. Oh, okay, here we go. Hopefully you're going to be able to see the card. Balance for number one. Ooh. And number two, I'm just going to put them here. And we have enlightenment. So I have plenty of these. These are sulfur crest cockatoo feathers. This one looks like a magpie feather, but we'll see. Magpies in Australia, I'm sorry, you've got to watch videos of what those magpies can actually do. Whoa! All right. So we have balance. Let's have a look here. I'm just going to... This book is really different. I don't understand how they did this. All right. So number 24 is actually number 66 in the book, you see. So we would never have guessed that as going together. Balance, the magical feather of the magpie. Oh, good. Okay. Which builds its nest in the forks of trees. providing incredible balance and security for its home. In nature, these forks in the branches of trees are symbolic of the gateways into the spiritual realms. Ooh. So, to enter through this gateway, the magpie asks that you gain a greater understanding of the sacred balance between light and dark, or the black and white that's in the feather, or positive or negative, in order to grow and honor your spiritual awareness. So in this physical world, there is a duality that all must learn to understand and accept. And if nature's spirits have presented you with this card today, yes, for number 1, you're being asked to step outside your comfort zone, face your fears. It's also a time to reevaluate your current beliefs, values, and perceptions in order to see if they are still serving you for your highest and best good. The magpie feather is priming you and encouraging you to open the gateways to growing a deeper spirituality. Today, hold the feather of the magpie close, knowing that with it comes encouragement and a promise of good luck, which is surrounding you. Okay, so the magpies in Australia, they swoop. Okay, so that certain times of the year they swoop down, and if they don't like you, they're going to really swoop you. And what that means is they've got the longest beak probably you've ever seen in your life. It's sharp, and they see you going near their tree or their nest, and they want to deter you. So they actually they come flying down, and then they clack or click their beaks at you. In some cases, they actually hit you in the head and keep on coming. You're terrified, you're screaming, and they keep on coming. So the reason I'm saying this is because the magpies are extremely protective, and which means you have the protective energy around you right now as well. So anything that you want to try, you need to stop worrying about the magpie pecking your head and just try it anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's like some people don't do anything because it may upset somebody. Some people don't say something because, oh, well, I don't want to say that because then this will happen. No, just stop pandering to everybody else's feelings and give yourself a break and push yourself forward. Sometimes some people just really need a straight answer about something. Well, they need to be told. You know, they need to be told something. And sometimes you don't need to waste your time telling people whatever it is that you feel or think or what decisions you're making. You don't need to waste your time sometimes. But really, in reality, if you're afraid of something, if you're afraid of moving forward just in case, if you're afraid of a new situation cropping up that you are not aware of, then you may also be somebody that walked on eggshells your whole life because you had to be on guard in case something was going to go down, right? And there's a couple of different sort of factors in that. One is it may be something that you learnt as a mechanism of survival, or it may be something that came later because you needed to have a mechanism to survive. You know, there's a few situations where that could happen, you know, and you start to have eyes in the back of your head and all that kind of stuff. But you can't live your life continually on eggshells because you will burn out quicker than anything. And then you'll be frustrated about that and it keeps on going. So keep on walking forward now, okay? Don't fear the things you can't see. Don't fear the unknown, but instead bring your protection in, which you have around you. Allow it, you know, ask your guides, angels, the spiritual light team to light the way ahead and clear the path so that everywhere you step, you're stepping on a golden path. It's already the right thing to do. No stress, you know, and it's all there. So fantastic. Make sure you're balancing everything as well, right? All right. So card number 2 with the soft crest cockatoo. I still have some of these in my shamanic little kits. It's actually, can you believe it, the very next card in the book. So here is the magical feather of the sulfur-crested cockatoo, which is known for its very loud, raucous call and symbolizes enlightenment. Its feathers are overall white, while the underwing and the tail are tinged with yellow. Now, hang on a second. I've got my own curiosity up. I'm going to find these feathers for you. Okay. Sulfur crest cockatoo. Let me show you one of these. Now, mine are a little bit, they've been all over the world with me. So here's one in real life. This is for number 2. Look how big that is. That's your feather. I know, look at it. I've got a few of them. You can just see the yellow tinge in it. All right, now let me show you a magpie feather for number 1. Let's see. Magpie feathers. Where are you? I know I've got one in here somewhere. Just give me a second, guys. All right, where are you? Okay, I'm getting to it, I think. I have to look in between everything because I've got them all bunched together. Where are you? Okay, guys, I can't show you a magpie feather in real life because alright, but oh, hang on, I'll show you this one though. I never did figure out what this one was, but let me show you how magnificent. Look at this. Okay, I never did figure this one out. That's okay, but obviously these are Australian birds and it's quite fat. It's quite a big bird, right? Look at that point. I found that point. I found this feather next to my passenger side door in my driveway. Can you believe that? And soon after, my husband and I reconnected, which was fantastic because we've known each other for quite a few years. And sadly, we had to separate our friendship for a while. And then that sort of marked it all coming back together. One more. I want to show you these. Let's have a look. I'm pulling my whole shamanic thing out. That's okay. But look at these as well. These are from our ibis birds also. It's really different, isn't it? And one more I want to show you. Sorry, this turned into a bird show. All right, hang on a sec. All right, hang on. Look. Last spring, when my husband and I were going for a walk, we got this one. Look at this. This is a northern flicker, and this one is pure orange. See, I saw it on the back like that when I first saw it. And this one is a northern flicker, which is a woodpecker. And there it was, bright orange on my trail. And it's still perfect, this particular feather. So I actually found one the other day. It's funny, I found a black and white one the other day with my husband yesterday. And we haven't been able to find any for a long, long time. Yeah, I love my feathers. I've got so many, folks. Okay. All right. Since you're enjoying this, just wait a second. Wait till you get a load of this. Okay. You know how I just showed you the orange one? These ones as well. Have a look. Hang on. Let me neaten them up a little. These are also from the flicker. Look at those. See the orange? These are also from the woodpecker. The woodpecker kept on giving me stuff all the time. Aren't they awesome? All right, so there's those. And I know. And look, this is a baby owl. That one's a baby owl. Look how fluffy it is at the bottom. But that's an owl, and believe it or not, these parts here are, those parts there are pretty stiff. It's harder than you think. Look at that fluff. Okay, one more. I wanted to show you this because you won't see this in the United States. Hopefully you're going to see this one. It's green and gold as well. So this comes from our parrots. So aren't they gorgeous? These are the rainbow parakeets that you can get the red feathers as well. So they are beautiful. I have lots of feathers, and I was, you know, it's funny because I brought them over from Australia, and when I got my bags back, they'd gone through my bags because they could see all the feathers. They were probably thinking, she's got a bird in there, I know it. Somehow I was able to get them in. So, awesome. All right, so let's get back to what I was talking about. Oh no, now I've lost my book. Hang on, folks. It's all happening. Where did I put that? Oh no. Come on. Where's my book? I was just reading to you guys, and then I put the book down. And I've got the feathers here. That's fine. Oh my. Oh, I got it. All right, everyone. Thanks for being patient. Okay. I know. Oh my God. Okay. Enlightenment. Oh, holy God. Okay. Enlightenment. Yeah, you just got to be prepared for anything around here, especially with me. I'm like, where's the book now? Oh my God. We've got feathers, but where's the book? Oh, okay. So the Enlightenment, we were talking about this awesome feather. All right, so if you have this white feather from the cockatoo, embrace gratefulness. Close your eyes, hold the imagination of a feather, and imagine that a beautiful stream of divine universal energy is flowing through you, unimpeded. Know without a doubt that you're flying high with nature spirits protecting your flight. You begin to see more clearly the pathway ahead, and those annoying obstacles will soon disappear. Hey, Charisse. Oh my. Okay, so we have enlightenment, and for number one, balance. Okay, and these little feathers that we looked at as well. I love my feathers. I can't get rid of them. I'd love to be able to wash them without wrecking them, so I haven't washed them all yet, but anyway. Okay. Now, I'm going to move into the Chrysalis Tarot. So we've got all this energy working with us, okay? And we're going to see what's coming up between now and the next couple of weeks. If you're a patron, you're going to get your reading for May coming up here pretty soon. Here on YouTube, you guys will get a flash reading, which will be a quick reading, but you'll get a more detailed reading of your own on Patreon. But I'm asking the cards to give messages that are important for number one. Starting off with. Remember, you can listen to both messages, whatever makes sense for you. Okay. All right, number 1. Okay. Oh, I love it. Okay, so number 1, you have Gaia, the Empress. I wonder if I'll have to start doing this now. Yeah, probably. Gaia, the Empress, for number 1. This is your first card, okay? So the energy of the Chrysalis cards are a little bit different. These are Chrysalis Tarot, okay? And it's sort of set up in a different way. So all of the different energies through their own stories, magical stories, mythology, etc., all through here. So we have the Gaia card, the Empress card, the Nurturing card, and the card of Abundance, okay? And it talks about the ground we walk on belonging to a holistic, conscious, self-regulating biosphere, a oneness that we call Gaia. So a nest filled with robin eggs represents birth and renewal. And Gaia in your reading symbolizes new ideas, new beginnings, new understandings, and sometimes even a new baby. This is for some people. Pregnancy can also mean like the very beginning, something is seeded. So something has really started to grow for you in your life, okay? So the scene that we see here is flush with symbolism. The snail in the card, it cautions you to be patient. The mouse asks you to be trustful. And the lotus flower asks you to be pure in heart and intention. So Gaia is one of the Chrysalis cards, honoring Earth, the Great Mother, and she reminds you to be positive, nurturing, and a loving person. This really does indicate also for me to tell you, number 1, there are rewards for something that you've done in the past that's coming up here pretty soon. You feel like you've gone unnoticed somewhere and you haven't, okay? Not that we should focus on what other people think anyway, but you have felt that way, like you've been left behind a little bit or something. And, you know, this encourages you to have patience because there's something coming forward that is very good news for you, okay? It is a major card. The Empress card is a major card. And that means that the minor arcana are a journey, and the major arcana is an arrival point. So you've reached the arrival point of going past being an apprentice in something also into being more experienced, okay? And that's where you're at. Some of you are at a brand new, like you might be, you know, past the apprentice stage, and now you're into a new stage because you're in a new role. You get what I mean? So, fantastic. All right, so we're going to keep going with card number 1 and card number 2 and all that stuff. Well, I really want to get this nice and, I don't know. I guess I'm trying to get you to be able to see it well enough, but we're going to keep going. All right, number 2. All right. Remember the messages that you already have, okay? Who's working with you? And number 1, it all feels about balance, gentleness, kindness, compassion for the self, and openings that are happening. Number 2, you have the card of the 3 of spirals. Now you see how different these are to regular tarot. So because of that, it's a little bit of a trying to figure out everything. So the spirals represents, let me just have a look for a second. Wands in the traditional tarot. So spirals are wands, because we really put that together. Right? So this one talks about a Cambodian type of monk, right? And he's in his meditation, he's senses a helping hand may be required to project along to a successful completion. So this energy is about self-expression, making final decisions that are yours to make alone. And the Three of Spirals is about maintaining an open mind, entertaining the helpful counsel of others, maybe not being so closed-minded or wanting to do things just in a certain way, because that limits you, right? Active contemplation assists your decision-making by producing crystalline energy that clears your head. This also reminds you that the rigors of everyday life may sap your energy, urges you to slow things down, okay? So if your mind is racing, and if you're overthinking, and if you're letting things get to you, and if you're letting people get to you, if you're letting the past get to you, if you're going around and around and around and around and around in your head, you're focusing in everything in the wrong way. So even though that's a learnt response, all of those things that you do, it's a learnt response. The next thing is to learn a different response, and that is to allow yourself to give your worries, concerns, and stresses to the universe. Constantly hand things up and over. Just say, I'm just talking around in my head all the time. Please help. Create a pathway. Please take it. And continually say, get rid of this, take it, let it be gone. And then you create a new pattern where you're, delegating. That's it. You're delegating all of these things so you can focus more on yourself. And it needs to happen. The Three of Wands also talks about prosperity coming in, talks about creative efforts, and that you need to focus more on yourself because you are being assisted every step of the way, even if you're walking alone. I'm telling you, if you're walking alone, there's a reason, and you can find your correct group. You will find it. Maybe it's here, but you will find it. Okay? So trust that everybody's watching you, everybody's looking after you, that you are protected, and enlightenment is also coming through as well. Okay, number one, back to you. And I'm choosing a random card. The 10 of Mirrors has come up for number one. It's almost impossible to keep them all in sight. There we go. 10 of Mirrors. Okay, another bird. Look at this. Let's see, the 10 of Mirrors. All right, peace. All right, so here we go. Looks like the cups to me. 10 of Mirrors comes up as peace. You're going to have extremely good luck, number one. If you've got the Empress here and the 10 of Cups, something is going to make you laugh. Something's going to make you smile. There's wonderful news coming for you. So the Rainbow Dove of Peace ferries 10 pretty mirrors that represent an emerging brand new cycle. Again, you're getting that word. As an emotional fulfillment in the present cycle that you're having. Something is fulfilling, something's coming in, something's going to make you feel very, very happy. I can't express that enough. Okay, you've created something wonderful, number one. The 10 of Mirrors is one of the most positive cards in any deck. 10 of Cups, the happiness card, ultimate happiness. It signals contentment, joy. It can talk about marriage or a really good and strong partnership, friendship that goes into a new level, and also moving yourself into a new adventure. Oh, I love adventures. Okay, so this is about letting things be, Very little effort on your part is required. Trying to control a romantic situation could send it bad. Don't try to control anything right now. Remember to give all that stuff up. So the 10 of Cups or mirrors indicates you attained a significant goal. You're prepared when the opportunity knocks. Opportunity comes, you're already ready. Already ready. Right? Ready to move forward. Don't make the mistake of trying to figure everything out. Everybody does that. We all get caught up in details. Don't. The less is more attitude is better for you. Okay? As well. All right. So expect some good luck. Expect some things to fall into place. Number 1. Expect if you go into meditation that you're going to get a lot more messages. Okay? That you are being encouraged to just give yourself 10 minutes a day and focus on breathing, doing push-ups against the wall, or stretching like that. Okay? Trusting in yourself and your abilities, and know that something magical you've shifted this yourself. Okay, so if people have left or situations have ended, okay, great. It had to finish. This opens up the doorway for even more new things to occur. Okay, and so that is happening for you, number 1. And number 2, you're also going through prosperity and abundance and creative energy. Let's see your second card. And you have the Mime, the Page of Spirals going on here. Look at this. A little bit different. So remember the spirals is the wands. Okay, so you have a lot of creativity around you, number 2. Okay, so this is the page. Let's have a look. Let's see if I can find it. Page, where are you? Well, we know that the energy, oh, okay, it doesn't do it that way. All right, so here we go. The Mime, there we go. Page of Wands, which is the Page of Spirals. So it's a wonderful card. It's a real life counterpart, someone who dresses peculiar or carefree. And maybe this is you being more carefree about how you are and what you're doing. And also talking about recollecting fractured and repressed memories as well. So in your journey to soothe your psyche, like a ram, she batters loose the memories of past experiences and returns them into your minds. So the Mime then provides support to reconcile these memories through compassionate listening and sound advice. So for number 2, there are things because of this full moon that have been emotional. Maybe you had dreams that were emotional. Maybe some people were in your dreams and it was very strange. I have dreams that are quite worldwide. So, I'll have dreams about the world and things that are going to happen and things that are coming up, but I don't say anything. Because it's not my job to be some kind of, I don't know, prophet or something. I don't want to do that, but I do see things in my dream and then they come through. You may also be getting this as well, right? You may be getting information that's subtly coated in situations, or something someone says triggers something, or you watch something on television and, or on YouTube. I guess most people just watch YouTube these days, or Netflix. You watch something that changes things for you or changes your perspective in one way or another. And don't push those things down when they come up. If you have a dream about something and it's weird, or whatever, write it down. Write down the things that stood out the most to you, the colors, whether it was day or night, who was in it, if you recognize them as a soul. Mine often feel like dimensional stuff as well, where I'm on another plane, so I'm seeing my life on this other dimension. A lot of the time I'm traveling out of my body at night, so I've got to make sure I'm anchored as well. And also at the same time, there might be stuff that's going on worldwide for you that you're seeing bits and pieces of. And sometimes your fears are reflected, or the subconscious mind is reflected in dreams and thoughts and feelings as well. So, you know, write all these things down. That's the best thing that you can do. And it's going to make you stronger. It's going to make you smarter. It's going to make you understand things much more quickly. And I guess that's why I also retain a lot of information. Is I have books and I write things, and I write with a pencil all the time. It's like it's a way of me remembering for me, and it comes out at times like this, right? So interesting that you are going to be finding yourself being a little bit more like the mime, the Page of Spirals, where you might just be stepping out and trying a new outfit, or putting your hair some way different, or, you know, just looking a little bit different. And if you don't judge, then you won't be judged. That's basically how it works. I know a lot of people worry about what other people think all the time, but you can't, you know. You have to focus on you. And coming into this new way of doing things, it feels to me like it's exactly what you need to do. Maybe you've been denying yourself a new avenue because you didn't want to upset certain people, and this is telling you to do it. Okay? Hope that light's on. Yes, it is. All right. Now back to number 1. I'm going to try to push my light down. There we go. Okay, back to number 1. Oh my God, number 1. Now you have the Ace of Mirrors, which is the Ace of Cups. If someone's not pregnant around you, they're going to be, right? Or it's you. It's definitely when you get there's a couple of other cards that should come into it with pregnancy, but you have the Empress, you have the Ten of Cups, and you have the Ace of Cups. Okay, there's definitely a brand new happy union, togetherness, a new relationship, a new baby, a new animal coming into your life, a new project that brings happiness. Your cup is overflowing with abundance. You've got it all going on, number 1. And it's just a matter of, it seems like it's all there for you to grab. So it's a matter of you just being open to it and saying, hey, you know, I'm open to receiving the gifts of the universe. Thank you. You know, have gratitude like that. Because there's something wonderful coming. If there was, see, there's ways in telling male and female energy as well. I'm not going to go there though, because some people are going to be like, well, what's the sex of my baby? I don't want to go there. But it also talks about feelings. So as with all of the aces, the Ace of Mirrors is a new beginning again. So while the suit of stones navigates the physical realm, the suit of mirrors reflects the watery currents of feelings and the tides of human emotion. So this is a water nymph called Daphne, and she's the daughter of Gaia. Daughter, baby, little girl, might be a female animal. Okay. So the Ace of Mirrors means either new romantic love or a steady flow of creative energy, doing something that you love. How about that? Instead of all this nonsense going around, we have to create the life we want, regardless of our circumstances. We're in the middle of chaos and we can still be at peace. That is what you need to strive for. The turtle knows good fortune both in and out of the land, in water and on land, sorry. The sea plants to either side of Daphne symbolize subterranean energy influencing a new project. I'm sorry if you're putting comments up. I can't see them. I can only see bits and pieces because I'm facing the other way. Okay. So there's overflowing. Now, usually before there's something amazing that happens, we have a big sort of like a upheaval in our life, right? Seems to me that just a couple of weeks ago you were in a completely different mindset than you are now, number one. Seems like there's a lot of healing that's been going on. Still, don't question everything. One of the biggest mistakes in our life is being in our own way and being in our head all the time going, what does this mean? What does that mean? What about this is happening and that's happening? And what about when this is going on? Who cares? Live. You have to live. It doesn't mean anything. It means you have to live. You have to stop paying attention to things that don't matter. Things that don't matter. That's where your energy is leaking out, on things that are just wasted time. And that's the other thing about this whole year is empowerment and looking at where you are wasting energy, therefore wasting time on anything other than your path, what you're doing. Let's focus on goodness for the earth, but let's keep on moving forward with what we want to do without having to know the ins and outs of it, because the energy of the universe, the energy of the divine is infinite, which means it doesn't have one thing like, oh, okay, I want this to happen. Well, there's too many possibilities that could happen. And you don't want to be limited by, I have to have this one thing. It's got to be this way. Or else you will miss out on an entirety of things and possibilities that could be far better than what your mind can actually think of right now. So open and expand, but don't sit and overthink. It will never do you any good to think about something and then think you're going to solve it by then thinking about it even more. You're not. You're going to go around in circles and stop yourself from getting anywhere. Okay, so keep on going forward. All right, so my big fat robin has arrived. That's awesome. Okay. Number 2. We have, look, even for you guys, the 9 of mirrors. We have the 10 of mirrors over on the left, and here we have the 9 of mirrors. Okay, so this is really, really good news for you. Brings in a lot of joy. It radiates the vibrational energy of Kuan Yin and the golden flower. So the flowers, genies, have been let out of their vases and now joyfully frolic in the tree of life, right? So they invite you to make a wish. So this is all about making a wish. The 9 of mirrors, or the 9 of cups. Okay, so it's the tarot wish card. So raindrops are falling everywhere, bringing peace, balance, harmony upon all areas of your life. It tells you to pay special attention to the meaning of the other cards that we had, right? Or any major cards. I don't think, no, you didn't have any major cards here, but they would be even more significant if that was the case. So this is all about joy, once again, enjoying yourself, of course, but that it looks to me that this is the big message for both decks, from both numbers. It seems to me that there is something wonderful, joyous, high vibrational, exciting, that is just about to hit all of you that are listening. It's something that means a lot to you personally. It's also something that is affecting others in your sphere. It's affecting where you live. It's going to affect the globe. It's going to affect everybody. Everybody's going to receive some fabulous news, something we've been waiting for a long time. And you can take that however you want to take that for yourself, right? At the same time, if you keep your vibration as always expecting the best to occur, no matter what is happening around you, then that is what you always have, is excitement. Oh gosh, it's going to be so fun. There's going to be so much activity. There's going to be so much excitement, laughter, joy. Everyone's going to be connected. It's just going to be amazing. If you stay in a state of adventure and expecting good things, you've also healed yourself from your past energy where there was fear involved, So everybody's childhood is based in a survival pattern that you had one way or another. And because of that, it also, because of that happening, it also continues throughout your life until you change it. So you have to understand your survival technique, and then you have to flip it. Okay, and once you can do that, you free yourself. And there's other things that come up. We're always working on stuff. And as I've said before, there's nobody who's perfect. There's nobody who knows more than anybody else. We're all tapping into things in our own way. We're on the same level. We are all equal. We are all human. We are all, set up to make mistakes, but we cannot judge ourselves constantly. We must be accountable for us. Just be accountable for yourself. If you can be accountable for yourself and where you're going, and you can push forward, and you can express, and you can heal your children, your family, your life will be healed. Everything will be different. You're not going to want to have any riffraff around you and drama queens and kings and people who are constantly moaning and constantly whining. You're not going to want to have that around you. You're going to want to help them, but you can't. They have to come to you if they want help. Some people just sadly, they like the sound of their own voice. They want to be the center of attention. And unfortunately, they become that way by being a moaner. Right? And, it's frustrating, but you have to lead by example. And what if your example is, only happy sometimes, or only manifesting sometimes, or giving into every challenge that comes up and going, okay, that's it, I give up. And you're trying to lead people or help people, they're going to see what you're doing. You're going to see whether you're, giving up very quickly or whether you keep on pushing through, And they're going to be watching that one way or another. So you also have to decide what that's going to be for you. And, we're going up in consciousness. We are raising our vibrations. I'm going to be letting you guys in on the webinar that the patrons have already seen. The light changed in here. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it's different. So you guys are going to be able to help to lift your vibration. Maybe you'll get some messages out of it as well. Look at our reading. It's very, very positive, very, very full of adventure and fun. It's probably one of the best readings we've had in a long time. I'll be doing some Lenormand and Kipper cards and all that sort of stuff coming up. I really thank each and every one of you for being here. I'm going to be here on Friday nights for Spin the Wheel. Fun in action. We're actually going to have a mystery box, a big box full of crystals, and you're going to be able to bid on it. And I can tell you right now that one of the crystals that is going into that box is going to be worth $55 on its own. So you're going to get a box full of stuff. So yeah, I can't wait. We thought about that, putting something like that together for the mystery prize, kind of big mystery box, sorry. So I really hope to see you guys there. And thank you all for coming in today. Appreciate it. Hope to see you Friday, as I said, but I'll also be on Facebook, Divine Miracles, going live on Facebook this week, maybe tomorrow, okay, before I do the Friday thing. And eventually my husband will get to see me. He's like, God, more? And we love all of you guys. And we thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. And until the next time, lots of love, many blessings, of course. Enjoy your reading. And bye for now, everybody. Lots of love.